This is Show Up as a Leader, a show from People Forward Network, helping you maximize your positive impact on the world by becoming your best, fully authentic self. Hey everyone, it's Rosie. I am really jazzed to be adding my friend Claire Chandler to the lineup of great content on Show Up as a Leader. She is the founder of Talent Boost, and she just does incredible work on advising leaders on how to grow their business with intention, with purpose. And her new series that she's launching on the show is called Growth on Purpose. I've had her on as a guest a few times, cannot wait for her to bring her wisdom, her humor, and all that is Claire into this feed. She is going to be providing you with a framework and practical actions that you can lean on to be intentional with yourself, to be intentional with your teams, intentional with your business, and really building a sustainable ecosystem with your talent so that you're ultimately future-proofing your workplace. Take a listen.
Hey leaders, what if you could look 90 days into the future and see a version of your organization that's more aligned, more energized, and more future ready than it's ever been? That future can be more than a daydream. Let's build it together. Welcome back to the Growth on Purpose podcast series, where we are replacing the head junk and self-imposed barriers to the growth of your company and getting real about how to expand your business without losing your best talent. I'm your host, Claire Chandler, and I've been honored to be your leadership therapist throughout this series. We've been on such a powerful journey together over these last 12 months. And in this final episode of Growth on Purpose, I'm taking you into your organization's potential future and the simple, tangible, powerful actions you can take to get there with clarity and confidence. 2 episodes ago, we took a lightning fast trip to Mars. Remember? If you missed it or if you've already forgotten it, go back and listen to the episode called Strategic Fulfillment. Because today, I want to shrink down that long, strange trip and prioritize your next 90 days. Let's get everything in your business lined up so you can crush your growth strategy. Ready? Here we go. So if you remember, or if you went back and replayed that episode of the Mars mission, you know that I started with this far off destination of Mars and your metaphorical counterpart or version of that long range vision. So I want you to think right now about where you want your business, your journey, your life, your team to be 3 to 5 years from now. What are your aspirations for your business? What are the outcomes that you want to be able to achieve? I want you to picture those as concretely as possible. What does that 3-year or 5-year success look like? What does it feel like? What does it do for you? What does it enable you to do for your employees? What does that mean in terms of the life that you can have as a result? I want you to really visualize that. If you remember, we reverse engineered the trajectory to get to our version of Mars. And so working backwards from that long distance destination, our version of Mars, we agree that we need to have some sort of sustainable delivery system for getting back and forth, for having the right processes and resources and people and nourishment to make sure that that is a trick that we can take. And so when you think about your own personal Mars, your 3 to 5 year ideal future state, your sustainable delivery system is your talent ecosystem, because that's what supplies a steady pipeline of the right talent in the right roles with the right skills and motivations to achieve that growth plan. And I want you to picture what it would be like to be able to have that roadmap toward that talent ecosystem within the next 90 days. What would it be like to know exactly what you need, the steps you need to take, the order in which you need to do that? What would it be like to have the right talent, to know who they are, to have the right messages, to know what they need to hear and believe, and the right strategy to get closer to that 3 to 5 year aspiration? Our 90-day strategy intensive delivers that roadmap, shows you who the right talent is, gives you the right messaging to deepen their commitment and their enthusiastic contribution toward your shared purpose, and walks you through the steps to take next to plant that talent ecosystem so deeply within your business that you have a steady pipeline of the right people to grow your business for you. And over 90 days, it requires less than 5 hours of your time. But the payoff at the end is enormous. So that's your sustainable delivery system. Backing up from that, remember the concept of the moon base camp. It's that stable environment where you can iterate and fail forward and try and innovate and break through in a more controlled short-term environment to make sure that the processes and the systems and the delivery methods you put in place over that longer term will reliably get you to Mars and back to tell the tale. The way that you establish that moon base camp is by understanding who your top talent is, who your A players are. What's your radar? What is your depth and breadth and quantity and quality of the right talent to get you to those next milestones? How ready are they to either commit more deeply or to walk out the door? And what are some of the simple, quick wins that you and your leaders can take to make sure that they stay longer and contribute more enthusiastically and more deeply? Well, we happen to have a talent sprint that takes 30 days that will help you do just that. It gives every employee the opportunity to drive their own development. Every single employee in your organization could be invited to participate. And it gives you the data and the insights you need to retain your top talent and unleash their limitless potential. And it requires you to barely lift a finger. But by the end of those 30 days, you will know what your A players look like and how to go out, get more of them, and how to grow and build and nurture and advance more of them who are hiding in plain sight. And then when we back up one more step, we get to our launch pad, which is Artemis. This, if you remember, is that rocket ship that first launched itself to get to the moon, to establish that base camp. And for you, Artemis is the rocket that launches all of the rest of this. And it's one that you can launch today. And you already know what it is because I had talked about this repeatedly throughout this 12-month podcast series. It's the free Growth on Purpose assessment. If you take no other action than that, go to growthonpurpose.com/assessment and go take that quiz. It takes less than 5 minutes and it gives you so much actionable intel on your unique business. You'll also find a link to that free resource at growthonpurpose.com. You will also find links to the 30-day talent sprint, the 90-day strategy intensive, and to the book. Before this episode even ends, before you pivot back to that game of whack-a-mole you've been playing with your to-do list, I am inviting you, I am encouraging you, and I am just this short of begging you to go to growthonpurpose.com. Scroll through that one page and see all the resources available to you. You'll find portals to the free assessment, to the talent sprint, to the strategy intensive. There's so much that you can do with all of this information. And I know it feels overwhelming, especially while you're holding the whack-a-mole mallet in your hand. But the worst thing you can do is nothing. The number one cause of business failure is not making the wrong decision. It's delaying making any decision at all, especially related to the talent in your business that is essential to making it run and grow. Your talent is your growth engine, pure and simple. Without a steady supply of the right talent, doing the right things for the right reasons, in the right ways, your business will die. So do yourself, your business, and your employees a favor. Go to growthonpurpose.com and take one simple step towards securing the future of your business. You've stayed with me through this series because you know your people are the key to your growth. So let's stop talking about potential and unlock it. Go to growthonpurpose.com and take just one step. Just pick one of those resources to get started with, to learn more about, and to start applying to your unique business. Because that is one step closer to the future you've been dreaming about. That future is closer than you think, but only if you make a decision. Your future begins now. Until we speak personally, and I hope that is soon, say it with me now. Keep going, keep growing, and do it on purpose.
I'm Rosie Ward, and this is Show Up as a Leader. To learn more, head over to peopleforwardnetwork.com and, of course, hit that follow button.